probably cold. Here's Dobrats to lead off. It'll be the bottom of the order, and we may see some pinch hitters here. I'm not sure either.
Now
but Dobrats.
Number 21, A.J. Ganser.
Ganser is playing center field, I think is what he said.
Yep.
Three to 1, Riverdale. Green is still on the mound trying to have a complete game. He has thrown 88 pitches. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Braves are still scoreless with the Phillies. Bottom of the 4th, no score.
The 1-0 pitch on the way. Strike called, 1-1.
We're going to get to that game as soon as we're done here with the post-game show.
Yeah, you did it now.
What's that?
1 ball, 1 strike. Strike called, outside corner, 1-2. You know, Limbaugh's got rules, you know.
All I said was when the game's over.
Well,
after our post-game show.
Okay, well, I hope there's not anything else extra, if you know what I mean. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Green's pitch. Ooh, that one hitting the dirt a little bit for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3, 6, and 2 for Riverdale. 1, 4, and 0 for Blackman. Now they've had some runners on the last couple of innings. Even scored a run in the 5th. That's outside. Now the count is full. Green getting encouragement from the Riverdale fans over there. He's a very quick worker when nobody's on. He slows down when he's got base runners. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, bouncer second. Messer up with it. Throws right on the money for out number 1. So Dobrats battled, but grounds out to second for out number 1 of the inning. It brings up Daffy Norman. Nope. Wait, let's see. Nope. Pinch hitter.
That's Corin Collins.
Corin Collins.
Well, Collins, who ran for Bolding, is now batting for Norman. And the first pitch is a strike called. 1 out in the 7th. Blackman trying to get 2 runs in this inning. The pitch swung on, shot in the hole. George careens it, throws it first, in time. What a play! He hunted that down like a wolf going after a rabbit. Grabbed that ball and threw him out first, really by a couple of steps. What a play. We've heard that he's a defensive gem over there, and he certainly showed it on that play.
Shortstop number 6, Mitchell Cunningham.
I didn't think he had a shot at him. 2 out, and it brings up Mitchell Cunningham. The Blackman shortstop, last chance or last hope for Blaze. Pitch, strike called, 0-1. Green starting to feel it here, I think. Pitch swung on. George isn't going to hold that one down as it goes into left field. And a 2-out base hit for Cunningham brings up the top of the order. So Blackman still with some hope.
Second baseman, number 11, Jacob Adamson.
Here's Adamson, who drove in the only run in this ball game for Blackman. And now Barry Messer coming out. He is at 98 pitches, and we may see a change here, I would think. But we'll see. Messer talking to him at first. I don't know.
He has.
I don't think so. Maybe
taken
not.
the ball from him.
No.
He probably
would have already done it by now. I think.
He may not have that many pitches left. The Siegel-Rockville game just went final as Jack Pensick had a big day. Had all 3 hits in 4 at-bats. Had 3 hits in 4 at-bats for the Stars. Doubled in the 6th inning and in the 2nd inning and singled in the 5th. So pretty good outing for him. So 10-0 Siegel a winner in district play. They have won the first 2 games of the 3-game series.
Well, here's Adamson, 1 for 2 and been hit by a batter. He doubled back in the 5th. He's the tying run at the plate, and Messer dives for it, can't catch it. It was a little blooper. He made a valiant effort, but runners are going to be at first and second. So the drama continues here.
Third
Gotta
baseman,
give him a
21,
base hit.
Kenny Cologne.
Now that wasn't hit very well, but
That would make him 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch today.
yeah, he's had a good day. Here's, I think this is Cologne, isn't it? Yeah.
Go Morris!
Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. That is not Cologne. That is, you've got that Blackman roster. There we go.
I haven't seen his number yet.
21 is Kenny Cologne is what I guess. But I don't, yeah, that's it. We're good. Because they had taken him out defensively and they
Right.
brought him back in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Well, this is a battle here. Cologne has struck out, singled, and flied out. Green wants an out no matter what kind of out it is. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch was at 85, so he hadn't lost anything.
Right here, Gav.
He's at 102 pitches. 3-1. If he doesn't get this one, we might see a change. The 1-2 pitch. Checks that runner, the pitch.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was so close.
Okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cologne lived to see another pitch.
Good miss, kid. Good miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Deuces are wild out there, and Green trying to get this last out. Now time is called. I have no idea what that was for.
You win this game. I was headed to the truck.
I think
Somebody
somebody truck's lights are on or something.
Oh, I think he said we were headed to the truck.
Oh, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Go Morris!
And the pitch. Outside, another full count, and here we go. The runners will be going on this pitch. So when they're going with 2 out, crack of the bat, have a possibility of scoring from first. Riverdale's hoping that doesn't happen. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Green from the stretch. And now another time is called. Now we'll get back into it again.
You gotta give in!
And now Green steps off a little bit. That's got to be a little frustrating. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Green trying to complete the complete game.
Come on, Gav.
From the stretch, checks the runners, the pitch. Swung on, drilled, it's in the gap, and it's going to roll. All the way, we're going to be tied here, 3-3, and Cologne comes through with a 2-out double, and we're tied. Well, he hit it well. And just like that, Blackman's in this ball game, tied up 3-3. And that's probably going to bring Barry Messer out. That's 3 hits in this inning.
That's also 2 runs driven in for Cologne.
And they are going to make the Ideas tees, I believe. Well, they have to now. The Ideas tees called to the bullpen. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back. You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
Don't let concerns about today's events derail your long-term financial strategy. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and I'm here to help. We can work together to understand the impact of these events and make sure that your goals are top of mind. While you can't control market volatility, we'll help focus on what you can control. We can connect in several virtual ways. Start by giving me a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game brought to you on WGNS and Big G TV by JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, Little Caesars Pizza. Also, Rayburn Insurance Agent, Rick Hall. And Last Cast's Feed Supply, it's Nicholas Curry. Warming up out there on the mound, John, to come in relief of Gavin Green. He went 6 2/3, 3 runs, 6 hits, 12 strikeouts, a walk, and 2 hit batters. And Kenny Colon would belong to him, so his book not complete just yet.
Well, you've got to give Blackman credit. They came back from really with 2 out. You very rarely see that, but he hit the ball. Colon hit it in a perfect spot, and both runs were going to score easily. And I think we've got a run for him down there as well. But 2 out, still for the Riverdale Warriors, and they've got to get Monson here,
Andrew Monson,
who has singled and struck out twice. And Nicholas Curry is the pitcher, and his job is to hold them right here. If you're a Riverdale Warrior fan,
Adrian Gomez is running down at second.
and the pitch, Curry, swing, a little blooper, it's going to fall. Gomez had to hold up, and they will hold him at third. That was a break. Wasn't for sure it was going to drop. So Monson delivers his second hit. Runners at first and third and 2 out. And now Laban, the batter.
Now running at third base for Adrian Gomez.
And
Laban 22, Austin Laban.
Laban has struck out, grounded to second, and he singled his last time up. 3-3. We're in the bottom of the top of the 7th. Curry's pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1.
He's kind of got a sidearm delivery there, doesn't he?
Yep, a little 3/4, I think. 0-1 the count to Laban. And the pitch, outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Green was 1 strike away, and a lot of the people in these stands thought he had that 3rd strike called. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, in fact, one of the fans said, "Come on, Blue, I already had the car running." So
2-1 the count. The pitch, outside again. 3-1. Now another one loads them up.
Go find it.
going to the bottom of the 4th with Eagleville leading 4-1 over Moore County. Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard update, by the way.
There's a swing and a chopper to first. They're going to have to flip it to Curry, and they do, and the inning is over.
Hey, let's get it now. Let's go.
That goes 3-1 on the out. And the inning's over, but not before they get 2 runs on 4 hits. And there was one runner left. We're going now to the bottom of the 7th. We're all knotted up at 3 here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Raider Tees isn't just about t-shirts. We've got jackets, scarves, polos, hats, even jewelry and home decor. Everything to show off your Middle Tennessee Blue Raider pride. Whether you're headed to the game or just want to represent the Blue Raiders every day, we've got you covered. Literally. Come check out our exclusive designs and unbeatable selection at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Game brought to you tonight on WGNS and Big G TV by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. Get expert orthopedic care right here in Rutherford County with TOA. Live your best life. More information at TOA.com. And don't forget, every game we start out with the Countdown to first pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. After tonight's game, we'll have your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. But new life here for the Blackman Blaze, John.
Yeah, I wouldn't think Spencer Dobrats, when he was on in the mound in the bottom of the 6th, would think he'd be in a 3-3 tie game here in the 7th.
Second base for one, Bryce
Well, it is the
Messer.
top of the order, John, so, you know.
Yeah, he's got a tough group to face. Messer, Goodhart, and Waldrop and George.
And you would think that Messer's kind of due tonight, John, because he's been hitting well and leading off, but he is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
Left-handed batter getting ready.
In fact, it's just been the first 5 batters in the lineup here for Riverdale that have any hits.
First pitch to him is a strike called on the outside corner.
And this is the first time that Dobrats has, or the batters have seen Dobrats.
And that pitch swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now. So Dobrats had a good 6th, trying to hold him here in the 7th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Low, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still no score, Braves Phillies. Bottom of the 5th on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard.
Dobrats with the wind and the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander kicks and fires. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He's got a little deceptive speed, Dobrats.
First base number 10, Liam Goodhart.
It's a strikeout, his first. And it brings up Goodhart. Flied out, singled, and grounded to short. He's also scored a run. 1 out in the 7th. Boy, the momentum has really changed, hasn't it?
It really has.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Dobrats ready. And the 0-1. Into the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 3. Goodhart steps back in there. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped him up right side. Coming over is Adamson and goes back a couple of feet and makes the catch for out number 2. And it brings up Gunnar Waldrop. Walked, he's singled, and he's grounded to third. 1 for 2. He would be followed by George if Waldrop could reach. The Blackman got all their runs after 2 out. See what Riverdale can do. First pitch is a ball, 1-0.
Put a 2 spot on the board in the top of the 7th, John, and only had 1 run in the bottom of the, or in the 5th. So they've used the last 3 frames to put 3 scores up, 3 runs.
There's a strike. And what's odd, they've actually out-hit Riverdale now, 8-6. And they didn't have a hit for about 3 or 4 innings,
That's
but
right.
1. Dobrats with the pitch. Check the swing. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's not very happy with himself.
I think he wanted to hit that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Dobrats, 3 up, 3 down inning for him, and the second strikeout for him as well. We're going to the 8th. This extra innings. Do I get paid more for extra innings? I guess not. 3-3 is our score. Riverdale and Blackman all tied up. Stay with us.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza, pizza.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, along with Emerson Williams, we have good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, whose offices are at 803 North Thompson Lane, near Medical Center Parkway. State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, 615-895-2700. And for the first time this season, we have a little free baseball for you.
And I believe it's Curry still out there, yes. As he gets his warm-up tosses ready.
This will be his first full inning.
Yeah, he'd only get one out.
Yep, gave up a single and then got that out.
So we're ready to go here, and stepping up to the plate.
Pinch hitter
Adam Beveridge.
Pitch for 15, Adam Beveridge.
This is in Boulding spot, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right-handed hitter against the right-hander. Swung on, blooped into right, but stopped and caught right there at the edge of the grass on a nice play by Goodhart. First out of the inning. That looked like trouble when it hit the bat.
Left number 3, Max
Yeah,
Wilcox.
good back pedal there by Goodhart.
And brings up Max Wilcox, the left fielder. Struck out, grounded to second, grounded to second. He's 0 for 3.
Got to have awareness out there because that's where the actual grass meets the turf.
The pitch swung on and missed. Dobrats would be next. The wind and the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball. That's way up there in the air. And making the catch over there is DeGrazia for out number 2. So 2 easy outs here so far for Curry.
Number 9, the pitcher, Spencer Dobrats.
And here's Dobrats, struck out, and, well, excuse me, I told you wrong. He's grounded out twice to second. Wilcox has struck out twice and grounded to short. So here's Dobrats, and the pitch to him. Strike called, 0-1. Nobody on, 2 out. We're in the 8th inning, extra innings here from Riverdale. The 0-1 pitch. That one gets away, but no harm done. 1 ball, 1 strike. You getting ready, getting warming up in case we go to the 9th?
I think you're going to take care of business.
No. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dobrats stepped out for a second. Now he's ready. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Curry, he's pitched well in his relief stint so far. Now Dobrats calls time. 1-2 the count.
Here we go, Nick.
The sign is given, and now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. Swung on, high chop foul down the third base line. Well, everybody, keep this rate up. We're going to have a lot of finals in.
Yeah, the only other game that I've been seeing any scores on was that Eagleville-Moore County game, and still 4-1 last I checked.
1-2 pitch, just outside. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dobratz would be followed by Norman or Collins. I'm not sure who's really going to be up there at the bat.
It's
We'll have to
actually
wait and see.
now 5-1.
There's a swing and a shot to short. George, one hop, throws to first in time, and an easy inning for Curry. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. We're all tied up. Blackman and Riverdale here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Your home, your auto. Together, they're where life happens. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. It's smart to protect them together to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-873-1700 and let me help you by combining your home and auto.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Thank you, Miss Dana. I want to say hello to our friends just up the road here on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Jeff and Kyle Bowen at Bowen's Body Shop. Dings, dents, bumper to bumper, they'll take care of you over at Bowen's Body Shop on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. John Dobratz coming out for, I guess this make his third inning of work now.
Yeah, he'll be facing George, Gonzalez, and Wilson, the first three here in the bottom of the 8th. Now, in an extra inning game, of course, the home team has the advantage. They can walk it off, but got to get some base runners for that to happen.
Very true, or...
But what I mean, I guess my point is the pressure's more on the visiting team.
Correct. And
shortstop number 3, Noah George.
John, the 4 and 5 hitters have produced some hits. In fact, Gonzalez and George are 2 for 2 or 2 for 3. So this would be the shot, I would think, here.
And they're very young players, too.
Uh-huh.
Hitting in the 4 and 5 spots, that's pretty impressive. Well, Dobratz has done his job up to this point. We'll see what happens here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-3 our score. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, had a good cut, fouled it back out of play, 0-1. I'm not sure they figured out Mr. Dobratz yet.
Well, it only takes one, John, so.
The 0-1. Swung on, kind of fought that one off, and he's in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. One thing Dobratz does do, though, he does throw strikes. Or has to this point anyway.
Eagleville now has taken a 6-1 lead and still batting with just 1 out. So bottom of the 7th been pretty productive. 2 runs across for the Eagles in that one on the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, struck him out. Strikeout number 3. He's been very impressive. And here's Jesus Gonzalez, 2 for 3. 2 singles and a hit batter. He was hit once.
Dobratz has 3 strikeouts, pop up to second, and 3 fly balls. So he's done his job coming in for Boulding.
The wind of the pitch. Swung on, foul back. They cannot pull it. They cannot get a piece of it. They're just getting just some of it.
Well, they're coming up swinging, that's
yeah,
for sure.
they are. Which I think plays into his hand, Dobratz's hands a little better. Not trying to take a walk, but I think they don't think he's going to throw many balls, really. He's around the plate. 0-1 pitch. Swung on. Fly pop out to shallow right field, and the catch is made for out number 2. Monson there for the out. And it brings up Davis Wilson.
Third baseman 13, Davis Wilson.
Struck out, grounded to the pitcher, and flied out. He's 0 for 3. But He hit the ball very well in that 5th inning to center field. The left-handed batter steps in there. Dobrant's ready to pitch. Takes a pitch in their first strike, 0-1. And the wind of the pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right field. Riverdale has some hope. That's their first single in a while.
Yeah, that's their first hit since the 5th inning.
First hit off Dobrant's, I believe. I'm hoping you're keeping the records now, but
yes, that is the first hit off Dobrant's, and the 7th of the game. Wonder if we're going to have a.
I'm thinking that's going to happen here.
Pinch
but we'll
hitter.
see. Due up is Insani.
Well, Insani was out, so
yeah,
maybe Terrio. But it's
Now batting number 77, Christian Qualls.
Come on, Christian.
Christian Qualls, the batter. 2 out, a runner at first. See, Davis Wilson has a really sweet swing from the left side. Here's Qualls. The wind and the pitch. Tried to go to the right side and fouled it off. 0-1.
Wearing lucky number 77.
Somebody else used to wear 77. Oh, it's shortstop for Riverdale, wasn't it? You remember?
Maybe so.
David would know. Really good player. Played for middle. Am I giving you any hints to help? No?
I'm so bad with names.
I want to say his first name was Drew. No balls and a strike. Throw down on the pitch. He's safe. That's a huge stolen base. I think the pitch was a ball, too. 1 ball, 1 strike. That stolen base is huge.
Man, you have a great memory. Drew Huff.
Yep.
And you're right, David did know.
No dementia for this guy. Not yet. Go another couple of innings, it could develop. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, right here, Christian.
I just remember that number. You know,
Yeah.
he was a starter for so many years. Pitched for middle and played short for middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dobrant's in his first really jam. 2 out. The winning run is at second base, and now Qualls steps out. So is Qualls going to be a hero, or are we going to go into the 9th inning? We'll soon see here. 1-1 the count. Checks the runner again. Checked him twice. Checked him 3 times. The pitch. Strike called. He's in the hole now. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Christian kind of shook his head on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out. The winning run is at second for Riverdale. It's 2 out, so he'll be going on the pitch if he does hit the ball anywhere. The pitch, low in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Dobrant's is really doing the best he can to keep that runner down at second. It was a real gamble sending him, but he made it in. Changed the complexion of this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Qualls is ready, so's Dobrant's. Here's the pitch. Swung on, high, deep fly ball into right field, and Monson has it. Boy, he hit that ball a long way, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
No runs, 1 hit here in the 8th, and 1 man left. We're going to the 9th. That's right. Extra innings, 3-3, Riverdale and Blackman.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-22
2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're talking with Anne Marie Brents at Rick's Barbecue, carrying on the Lanning family tradition.
I'm passionate about it, and I have a lot of my dad in me, so I know that I have the same energy and mindset that he does.
It's the best barbecue you'll eat, the smoked chicken out of this world, and those loaded baked potatoes.
That's the biggest potato you can get. They're right at 2 pounds. People ask us that all the time. They're like, where do y'all get those potatoes from?
A quick meal feeding the whole family or catering, they can do it all at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Middle Tennessee Electric, Sir Pizza, and Bowen's Body Shop. And we go to the ninth and taking you, well, we'll take you for an inning or two anyway. How about that? We'll do it an inning at a time, decide.
Yeah, we'll just kind of.
You're okay? You ready to go?
Go back and forth, yeah.
You had plenty of fries and you're good.
Yep, I think we're good. We'll see what happens here. Daffy Normant is scheduled to be up here, but I have a feeling that may change as Coach Frazier's talking to the home plate umpire. And but
Daffy's got a bat.
Yeah, he does.
Whew, man, that was a tough 4 innings for me. Wow. I didn't get the save.
No.
We'll
see what happens.
Number 1,
he might have a chance.
Norman.
I was trying to see who was on deck. This is the bottom of the order, 8, 9, and then back to the top.
Now, don't panic if you see me grabbing my bag and everything.
Curry sends one outside for a ball, 1-0.
You know, I never thought of that, but what could you do? What would you do if that? I mean, what could anybody do? You've got to stay on the air.
I would trip you.
Oh, well, that's ugly.
This one in for a strike, 1-1 now. To Daffy. Daffy, just like the duck. Foul this one away. They have completed 4, going to the 5th out at Eagleville. It's 6-1. Eagleville on top of Moore County.
Brian, do we have our emergency, when we used to have the little fall over things?
I do. I have those in my little blue pack if we have to.
Well, one way or the other, I hope we don't have to
go that route. Those are rarely used. They may be molded. I don't know. Pitch swung on, fouled away right side. So Daffy spoiling a couple of the Curry pitches here. Seventh inning. 4 hits in a row for Blackman to get their 2 runs to tie the game up, and here we are. Strike on the outer half is across for a strikeout there. And that is the first one for Mr. Curry.
Mitchell Cunningham.
And the second strikeout for Normant.
I had a couple of good swings against him, but wound up getting called on the 3rd strike. We've seen a lot of that today.
Mitchell Cunningham, the batter, and takes a strike on the outer corner. He's what got things started in the 7th with a 2-out hit. And again, 4 hits in a row, all with 2 away.
It was just so meaningless. You thought, well, okay. And then look what they did.
Yep.
Amazing.
Fouled this one at the plate.
Because Green was really just rolling along. In fact, he looked real strong. They sent 4 more men after him at the plate.
So Cunningham will be followed by the top of the order here. And a slow roller right between first and second out there. Defenders, that is. And that is a 1-out hit. And the second one for Cunningham.
Jacob Adamson.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. And Adamson, who's had a great night tonight. He is 2 for 3, been hit by a pitch, has driven in a run, and scored a run today. That hit by Cunningham is the 9th in the game. Pitch, big cut. Comes up a bit gimpy there. Coach Frazier out to kind of talk to him. I think he maybe tweaked his left leg there a little bit. Coach Frazier still having a little conversation with him. Still trying to stretch it out.
Well, it's hard enough to hit and be injured and hit.
Yeah. Well, he's back in, facing an 0-1 count. Here's Curry, the pitch on the way. Swung on, hard foul down the third base line. Would have been trouble if it stayed straight. Nothing in 2 to Mr. Adamson. And the pitch popped up, but it's going to be out of play. The 5th at bat for Jacob Adamson. We're in the top of the 9th inning here in a 3-3 contest. Riverdale has not scored a run since the 3rd.
Yes, sir. Good.
Went outside with it, and it swung on and missed, and that is 2 strikeouts in a row. Not in a row, rather, but 2 strikeouts in the inning for Curry.
Play 1, Kenny Cologne.
So it's all on the shoulders of Kenny Cologne right now, with Cunningham over at first. Cologne 2 for 4. Has driven in 2 runs, which is why we're still playing right now. Pitch is outside for a ball. Next pitch to the lefty is outside as well. Curry tried to get it across the outside of the plate there, and it's not cooperating.
It's a dangerous hitter right here.
Yep. Another one outside. They're not giving him much to look at, that's for sure. Maybe for a reason. Munson is on deck. Coach Frazier actually in the on-deck circle talking to him a bit over there. The pitch nipped the outside corner that time as Cologne was taken all the way on that one. See what he does with this 3-1. He may take another one. He does, and it's a strike on the outside corner.
Well, he did not agree with that one.
No.
And that was a little maybe outside.
Well, a big, big, big payoff pitch here to Kenny Cologne. On the way. Sails high, and it's going to be a walk. So a strikeout, a hit, a strikeout, a walk. So we'll see what Monson does here. First walk issued by Curry. Monson has a 2 for 4 day. He singled twice and struck out twice. So does he
You got it, Nick. Let's go.
break one of these streaks here? We'll see. 2 on now for Blackman. Runners at first and second. With 2 outs, the first pitch to Munson. Outside corner. Way outside, actually, not even at the corner. Curry has found himself behind the batters here of late. Checks the runner at second, and the pitch chopped to Curry. Flips it to first over there to Goodhart. And that was a little closer than it should have been, maybe. But regardless, had no runs, 2 hits, make that 1 hit and a walk, and 2 big Blackman plays left. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, and your score is Riverdale 3, Blackman 3. It's State Farm Prep Sports.
In Rutherford County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance. Call me today at 615-890-0850 and let me save you money and time.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too, and I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-895-2700.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard heating and air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, speaking of the Womacks, this game brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, located at 805 South Church Street between Farm Credit and the Post Office. State Farm Agent Dana Womack, 615-900-0877. Go to the bottom of the ninth. Here we go, 3-3.
New score in with Eagleville. It is
Now, bang,
6-2
DeGrazia.
in the top of the fifth on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Oakland girls beat Rockvale 10-0 tonight. Strong season for Coach Charlotte P. and the Lady Patriots. They've got Riverdale tomorrow, I think, weather permitting, which doesn't look promising. So it is DeGrazia, the batter, 8-9-1, due up here to face Mr. Dobrats. And it sails high.
Let's go now, let's go. Put the ball in play, here we go.
For Riverdale to score, one of these guys has got to get their first hit. Pitch, swing and a miss.
Swing quick, let's go.
DeGrazia is 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the 1-1 from Dobrats. On the way, swing and a miss. Blew one by him at about 80. You have any additional scores you want to pass along? I don't think we've missed a game or two. Maybe a Central Magnet score. Hit us up on Twitter. Pitch, swing and a miss. Got him to chase one outside. 4 strikeouts now on the evening for Dobrats, who is now in his 4th inning out there on the mound.
Here's Pittman.
Yep, big Paul Pittman in there.
It looks like he could end the game in one swing.
Yes, he does. Paul P, as they scream from the dugout. Takes a breaking pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. He's got a lot of fans in the dugout, sounds like.
I'd have a hard time hitting with all that.
Swung on, fouled away right side, now to play. That would bother you?
I think so. He's probably used to it, though. I'll tell you what, look at the center fielder where he's playing.
He could touch the wall, couldn't he?
Just about.
1 ball, 1 strike to Paul P.
Right fielder's almost at the warning track.
And the pitch on the way. Tried to muscle one in there, but it's high, 2-1. Dobrats is very carefully pitching to Paul Pittman. Bryce Messer on deck. And the 2-1, swing and a miss. Had a huge cut at it. Coach T-Bone's out there encouraging too, so. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. It is a strike called on the outside corner.
Change up.
And Pittman does not necessarily agree with that, but
Now batting single base for one, Bryce
great
Messer.
pitching there by Dobratz. And it's up to Bryce Messer here now. Blackman tied this ball game with 2 outs, hit 4 in a row. So if you've got an out to work with, a lot of things can be done. We'll see. The first pitch to Bryce, low for a ball. Dobratz walks to the back of the mound. Now comes set, and the pitch in for a strike. Got that outside corner. Looked like it was going to be outside, and it came inside corner, I should say. 1-1. Here's Dobratz offering, outside.
Riverdale hasn't scored since, what, the third? I believe that's right.
Yep. 2 in the first and 1 in the third.
That's some good Blackman pitching right there.
Blackman had got their 1 in the 5th and then 2 in the 7th to tie things up. We're in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch on the way. Ooh, way inside on that one.
Well,
the count is 3-1.
Riverdale and the fans, they need a base runner.
Yes. Take a walk if you're a Riverdale fan, for sure.
It's a cool night. I'm thinking going over the center field wall might be in question tonight.
Yeah. The 3-1 pitch, does he take? He does not. Fouls this one away, and it's a full count now to Mr. Messer. Bryce has literally grown up in this ballpark. Ready for a big payoff pitch for Mr. Dobratz. He takes a huge deep breath. Kicks, fires, swung on, line drive, left field, and it is going to be snagged out there by Wilcox. And that will end the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no one left on. Well, we're going into double-digit innings here now. Stay with us here on State Farm Prep Sports, tied at 3.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically, because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Genesee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Here's Dr. Russell McKissick with TOA.
We have a passion here for taking care of our athletes here in Rutherford County. We really do our best to take care of them.
Experts in joint, bones, and muscles.
Many years we've been taking care of athletes around here, and we've just picked up where Dr. John started, and we just keep going.
TOA has a playbook that gets you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. TOA, live your best life.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
All right, back here for the 10th inning, State Farm Prep Sports on WGNS and Big G TV, brought to you by Sir Pizza, Winners Trophies, and First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. And it's going to be Austin
First baseman
Laban,
22, Austin Laban.
or Laban, to lead it off here in the 10th inning. Boy, if you want to see a mess, look at our scorecards. It's 4, 5, and 6 here in the order. And pitch from Curry on the outer half for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. This one way out as well.
Well, we haven't used these cards in a long time.
No, these are like old design. It's a little extension. The pitch outside again, and it's 3-0, and LeBron probably will take another and maybe another here. We'll see. The pitch in for a strike, and boy, Austin was headed to first.
Thought it was outside, and I did too, really.
So the 3-1. It's in for a strike as well. So the count full. So Curry has battled back here. And now time called. Steps out.
Well, I sure could use some banana pudding right now.
I bet you could. Payoff pitch, swung on, fouled back at the screen.
By the time this game's over, she might have made up a miss of it.
Top of the 7th, Braves 2, Phillies 1 on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Pitch outside, and it's going to be a leadoff walk now for
Now
Austin
batting.
LeBon.
Now batting the catcher,
That's-
15, Adam Beveridge.
That is the second walk
Correct.
from Curry. Beveridge batting in the place of Bowling for the second time tonight. Popped out to first last time up. Showed bunt this time. Takes the ball outside. So it's a 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Strike across. 6-4 Eagleville, Moore County now, bottom of the 5th. With nobody out, this one's going to be fouled at the plate. But Eagleville batting. I think it all started when Murph came over bragging about, oh, I'm going to make it out to the Eagleville game. He's still here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know whether starting to get more crowd in here.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Beveridge, and the offering from Curry. It's going to be bunted down the first base side. If it stays fair, it's going to be a tough play, but Curry waited and as long as he could, but then threw it over to Goodhart. So the sacrifice works, and down at second is the Bond.
Well, that was a nice pitch.
Now batting
Well,
number
Curry
3
gave him a
outfielder,
pitch that he
Max
could
Wilcox.
handle. It was high and up in the air. He could see it. He bunted it. And he couldn't afford to see if it'd go foul, which it looked like it might have had a chance to do that, but by then it would have been really bad.
Yeah, it'd have been too late if he hadn't done it when he did.
Going to get a runner here, I think.
Yep. That is Maddox Wedgeworth running. So Wedgeworth running for LeBon.
Now ring number 8, Maddox Wedgeworth.
So Max Wilcox, your batter. He is 0 for 4 tonight. So if you're a Blackman fan, you're saying he's due. Chops this one hard and foul down the third base side. On deck is Spencer Dobratz, who might have a chance to help his cause here. Time called but not granted. It's a ball outside and gets away from Waldrop for a moment, but Wedgeworth holds at second. They weren't going to take a chance out there with him. Definitely don't want to get a caught stealing at this point in the game. The umpire is going to walk all the way out to the mound. And he's talking to Wilson about something. I don't know what.
We've had a lot of those tonight. Time
Yeah.
out, time called.
Things were kind of cruising for a bit. Then it came to a screeching halt. It's 1-1 here to Wilcox and a strike in there. So it's 1 ball, 2 strike count to Max Wilcox. Wedgeworth at second. in scoring position in a tie game here in the 10th. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Outside corner, and Wilcox does not believe it.
Now batting the pitcher, number 9, Spencer Dobrot.
That's number 3 on the afternoon for Curry. Dobrats is 0 for 3. He struck out once and is grounded to second twice and to short another time. He would take one right between first and second right now, I would think. This pitch low.
That umpire hadn't been able to satisfy anybody tonight,
No.
has he?
He has been an equal opportunity offender. 1-0, foul back. Spencer thought he pulled the trigger a little too late, talking to himself there a little bit. Now climbs back in. Wedgeworth dancing around down there at second. Pitch in for a strike right down the middle. So it's 1-2 to Dobrats. There are 2 outs. Runner at second. The pitch. Chased one outside. He went around, and then it's strike 3 called. Dobrats is kind of arguing there a little bit, but not going to win that one. 4 strikeouts now, back-to-back strikeouts for Curry, and the top of the 10th is in the books. We're still tied at 3 right here on State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game, okay.
Go right ahead.
The law offices of John Day, Rick's Barbecue, Edward Jones, Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and Prentice Allsup Heating and Air helping sponsor our game tonight.
We're on WGNS Radio, 101.9 AM 1450 in Murfreesboro, 100.5 Smyrna, WGNSradio.com. You can listen or even watch right there from the homepage.
What was that you were saying about joining the Braves?
Or Big GTV on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You check and see what's going on over there.
It's 3-2 Phillies.
3-2
I think
Phillies.
Bryce Harper hit a 2-run homer. Braves killer. He's a Braves killer.
Top of the 7th in that one. Eagle up 6-4. And it's now the bottom of the 5th. They're playing Moore County in a district tilt tonight.
First baseman 10, Liam
So
Goodhart.
Liam Goodhart is going to lead off the bottom of the 10th. He's 1 for 4 with a run scored and a stolen base.
What time did that Eagle game start?
I don't know. It may have been a 7 o'clock start.
Yeah.
So 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Riverdale due up here. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 3. Blackman tied it with 2 runs in the 7th. We've been tied ever since. The Dobrats pitch, swing and a miss. What a wicked cut Liam Goodhart had.
Dobrats only given up 1 hit since he came in. He's been really good.
This is the start of his 5th inning. This one outside. So at the completion of this inning, he will have pitched as many innings as the starter Boulding. And the 1-1. Just a bit outside. As John was mentioning with the temperature and really not a lot of wind going, it's 58 now. Ooh, that hit the butt of his bat there. Count goes to 2-2. It's kind of cold air sinks, kind of keeps the ball down. No wind to speak of, so gonna have to small ball it around probably. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Goodhart. And the pitch swung on. Pulled the trigger just a smidge late there and fouled it back.
Let's change the lamp color. Maybe that'll.
Oh,
look at that.
Maybe go to a little more yellow or green. Green means
That
go, right?
reminds me of your tennis shoes.
They're yellow. Highlighter yellow. Swung on. Fly ball. Center field. And grabbing it up out there is whoever the center fielder is now. I think it's still Norman. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 10th. He hit that one a long way. It's going to be Gunnar Waldrop up here now. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Whoever's out there on offense needs base runners at this point. Pitch on the outer half is a ball. And this is the part of the Riverdale order that has produced some hits tonight. Pitch on the way. Must be low, or high, rather. 2-0. Dobrat's kind of asking where was that, I think. It's the sign from Beveridge. And the pitch. Low and another ball. One more bad one and be a 1-out walk. We'll see what happens here. Does Waldrop take here? I don't know. Probably going to get a meaty pitch anyway. That's a strike on the outside corner, and he did not offer. Noah George on deck.
I don't think he's walked anybody either, has he? I don't think.
I don't have a walk down, no. The pitch from Dobratz, swung on, popped up right side. I believe that LeBon is going to be called off. Yes, by Adamson, the second baseman, for out number 2.
Shortstop number 3, Noah George.
So it's going to be up to Noah George here. But as we saw Blackman do, with 2 outs, they get 2 runs to send us into these extra innings here. A lot of goose eggs since the bottom of the 7th.
Sure is.
3-9-0 for Blackman, 3-7-2 for Riverdale. Tied at 3 apiece. Big deep breath here by Dobratz. And the pitch. Ball to Noah George. Again, he's 2 for 4 with a run scored. Struck out twice and singled twice. He'd take a single. Fouls this one back into the screen. Bum, bum. Singing along to the music now. Been going so long.
Yeah, you're delirious.
There are 2 out. Nobody on here for the Warriors. And Mr. Noah George has a 1-1 count. Dobratz, the kick, the fire. It's outside.
Set up in the other box.
Getting a lot of coaching, extra coaching out there, it sounds like. 2 balls and a strike. The offering to George. Swung on. Liner into left field, but right at Mr. Wilcox. So, Riverdale did make some contact. but it's 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the 10th. We move along. It's the 11th inning coming up next on State Farm Prep Sports, tied at 3.
For 150 years, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee has been helping local businesses with their banking needs. Hi, this is Justin Burris, commercial banker at the 1708 Gateway Boulevard office. Let us show you how easy it is to do business with a true community bank. Local people making local decisions for our friends and neighbors like you.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
Insurance should be simple, not complicated. That's why at Rayburn Insurance, Agent Rick Hull cuts through the jargon and helps you understand your options clearly. He's committed to finding the right coverage that fits your unique needs and budget. Their team has been a trusted partner in the community since 1973. Ready to make insurance easy? Get with Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. He's ready to help you get the protection you deserve.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today brought to you in part by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, Middle Tennessee Christian School on WGNS and Big G TV. John's going to try his luck at it here now in the top of the 11th.
Yes, the Blackman 11th. Daffy Norman will be the leadoff hitter here. He is 0 for 4. Grounded to the mound, struck out twice, and grounded to short. And he still shows bunt. Not a bad play, not a bad try to throw to first, though, is in time to retire Daffy. Goes 5-3. Bunted it just a tad too
Shortstop
hard.
number 6, Mitchell Cunningham.
One out, here's Cunningham. Cunningham's grounded to short. He's walked, he's singled twice. He's had a good night, and he's the one that started that 7th inning for him, too. Next 7th inning comeback to tie it up at 3. Curry's pitch swung on, foul back.
John, something that I have personally never seen here at the reservation. They had to totally clear the scoreboard.
Yep.
Because it only has spaces for 10 innings.
The pitch. Ball's inside. Count even at a ball and a strike. Well, we started at 6. It's 8:45 now. And the pitch. Outside, no, make that inside. 2 balls and a strike. Cunningham gets back in there quickly. He's been on base a lot tonight. 3 times, actually. And he's hit, and he's on again. Hit by a pitch here in the 11th.
That's the tough way to get on.
Number 11, Jacob Adamson.
It's his first hit batsman and the 3rd of the game for Blackman.
So Blackman has a runner, and Barry Messer is coming out. It has been a long few innings here for Curry. I'm not sure this is a remove him. I think they may just talk this over here. If you're looking for some, I guess, shirts, hats, polos, all kinds of things, go to Ideas Tees at their new location. Brian, what's the address?
That's 111 East MTCS Road. So your
you'd
logo,
remember.
anything, whatever, they can put it on. And that's right across from MTCS. You know, MTCS, it goes across Memorial Boulevard and down around between the hardware store and like the coffee shop and Webb's Refreshments. It's the other side that's right across from the school, right behind Regions Bank. Can't miss our friends out there at Ideas Tees and Raider Tees. The showroom looking good in the pictures I've seen.
Here's Adamson, dangerous bat up here. He struck out, hit by a pitch, double, a single, and a strikeout. And there's a shot over the third baseman's head into left field. Stopping at second is Cunningham, and Blackman's got something going here in the 11th.
That's the first hit in a while for either team. In fact, the first hit since the 7th, I think. Well, no. Blackman had a hit in the 9th. 1 out hit.
Well, there's 1 out here, but there are 2 on. And the go-ahead run is down there in Cunningham at second base.
Well, it's getting tight down in Eagleville, too. 6-5 Eagleville over Moore County, top of the 6th.
And here's Cologne. He's had a good night. A double, a single, and a walk. 2 RBIs. And the pitch. Tried to check his swing, but takes it for a strike, 0-1. This is the first real danger that Curry's been in. Gets the sign, and now the pitch. Strike called, 0-2.
That was, by the way, a Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard update for you.
Well, if you're a sponsor tonight, you're getting your money's worth.
And a fan.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, fouled at the plate. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Cologne's a tough out now. He can handle that bat.
I did hear that David Limbaugh wants a new rule in baseball that if it goes to extra innings, you have to go pay again.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
0-2 the count. Runners get their leads, not being held at first. No need, a runner at second. The pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Monson would be next. It doesn't get any easier for Curry here in the 11th. Curry from the stretch. Checks that runner down at second. The pitch. Just missed. Boy, that was a hard one to take, but he did. It's 2-2.
I don't really think Curry thought he had that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, grounder to second. This could be 2. Flip to second, 1. On to first. It is a double play, a big one for the Riverdale Warriors. And the inning is over. No runs. There was a hit and 1 left, a hit batter also. We're going to the bottom of the 11th. Stay with us. Grab you some, maybe go to Waffle House and grab you something to eat and be back here on the bottom of the 11th. It's 3-3 here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza. You can now order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. We've made ordering online a breeze. From sirpizzatn.com, tap on the location nearest you and begin your order for carryout or delivery. You can order the Royal Feast, create your own, spaghetti, calzones, everything right from our online portal at sirpizzatn.com. Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
A little more about Ron Reeves. Ron is a great Rutherford Countyan, a local sports fan, but his office is in Brentwood. But he'll meet you for coffee somewhere, I'm sure, here in town. State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. Number is 615-873-1700. And we're here in the bottom of the 11th now.
I'm still here. Brian's still here.
I think everybody's still here.
I think so.
Yeah. Murph's still here. He's not going to make it out to Eagleville now.
Jesus Gonzalez
now
will
batting
lead
left
off.
field number 9, Jesus Gonzalez.
Yep, there he is. My chart is so
it's kind of weird.
Messed up. It's really hard to kind of follow here. Gonzalez, 2 singles and 2 RBIs, a pop-up and a hit back, and it was hit by a pitch. So for the night, he is 2 for 3. And he's leading it off here. A good hitter against Dobrats. And the wind in the pitch swung on, popped up. I've seen so many of those Riverdale batters hitting those pop-ups in the air.
The only time that Gonzalez has faced Dobrats, he flied out to right.
The 0-1 pitch on the way. Again, same pitch, fouled out toward the screen, 0-2. Gonzalez, Wilson, and Qualls, I believe, will be the 3 here in the 11th.
I think the organist is asking for extra pay now.
Boy, he's really good, though.
Very
Talented.
good, yeah.
0-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Swung on, shot in the hole. It's short. And Cunningham with a long throw, not in time. And Gonzalez with that speed reaches.
And if I'm not mistaken, John, it may have just been my eyes deceiving me, but I think Cunningham I think he barehanded that ball on the hop.
Did they give him an error?
Yes, E6.
Throw was a little bit in the dirt.
Now Coach Frazier is going to walk all the way across the diamond, and he's going to talk to the outfield umpire. I think he thinks that it was a little closer.
Well, again, he's not going to win that. And
no.
To me, it looked like, from my viewpoint, it looked like he beat it. But
pretty good throw by Cunningham.
Well, it was deep in the hole. You knew it was trouble with his speed anyway. And the winning run is at first base. John Dinkins, Brian Barrett with you here. We're in the 11th inning. Getting my paycheck for this game should be amazing. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Extra innings.
Well, you know, your hourly pay really drops after
I didn't
30
know that.
minutes.
Only here, yeah.
That's the way things work in the Big G.
Here's Davis Wilson, who's got one hit, but he should have had probably 3. But he struck out. He's grounded back to the mound on a great play by, who was that pitcher in the beginning? Oh, yeah, Bovik. Way back. He's also flied out, and he singled and stole a base. I love his swing. 3-3, we're in the 11th. Dobrats from the stretch, the pitch, low inside, 1 ball, no strikes. We'll see whether they're going to do a little stealing here. Gonzalez has got some really good speed.
Wilson showed a bunt there.
And Wilson's got good speed at the plate, too. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Throw over, and he's back, and that ball was thrown a little bit toward the second base side, and a good play over there by LeBon.
Yeah, really incredible that he even caught the ball.
1 ball, no strikes. He's showing bunt again, and he bunts it down the third base line, but foul. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike.
It hit on a rubber pellet and went foul. Used to be rocks you had to deal with, right?
Back in the day, 1974 to 75.
Wasn't that part of the practice every day is picking up rocks on the field?
True story. The infield had to go and pick up the rocks after practice or before practice. But they just kept coming out.
Well, I bet they've gathered them all here in 50 years.
It's really hard to believe the change in all of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunting again, and this time it is fair, and he's going to go to first with it for the out, but the runner gets to second. And they left third open for just a second, but Gonzalez not able to advance, but he is at second with 1 out. A good bunt by Davis Wilson.
Knock one off his neck right here. Let's go.
Brings up Jones, number 4.
James Jones.
I think he's the center fielder
No,
now,
number
too.
4, James Jones.
And they are going to intentionally walk him. Give him a play at second as well. Intentional walk, runners at first and second.
Well, that will be the first walk from Dobrats.
Now batting roster number 11, Colin DeGrazia.
Colin DeGrazia, chance to be a hero here. He's walked, lined out, flied out, and struck out. And
kind of puts the double play on the table here with the intentional walk.
Dobrats had his number the last time up. The wind and the pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Gonzalez is down at second. And Jones is at first.
Getting lots of encouragement out there, aren't they?
Some good speed on the bases. And now time is called. DeGrazia steps out. Nothing like fun at the old ballpark. We're in the 11th.
That matches DeGrazia's number.
It's 3-3 now, Braves and Phillies in the 8th. Same scores here. The pitch outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, it seems like DeGrazia has been here for 15 minutes, but it's only 2 pitches to him.
Well, everything gets magnified in a game like this.
This is like a overtime football game. It just really crawls along.
Dobrant stepped out. Now he's ready. And the 1-1 pitch. High, 2-1. Now, this is where, if you're Wayne Kendrick, the pressure starts to mount, because you are the third base coach. You've got to determine whether to send him or not.
Eagleville and Moore County are tied at 6 now in the bottom of the 6th.
Let's just everybody get tied. Let's just pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's an update on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard, but Eagleville does have 2 on, but there are 2 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Dobrant steps off the rubber, and now he's ready. Checks that runner, and here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, 2 away. So DeGrazia strikes out. Strikeout number 6 for Dobrant.
Paul Pittman.
And Paul Pittman, the batter again. He came in about the 5th inning, and now he's had 2 at-bats. He's popped up and he struck out. Look at him up against Wayne Kendrick. It's unbelievable.
It's like David and Goliath.
Got a big strike zone, though. 2 out. Let's see what happens here in the bottom of the 11th. The first real threat Riverdale's had. And if this guy gets a hold of one, they can run for days.
Well, all they need is 1.
Dobrant stretches. And now the pitch. Strike called 0-1. He gets out in front of the batters. It's one thing.
So Dobrant, this is his 6th inning of work, so he's pitched more than the starter Bolden.
Oh, 0-1 the count. The pitch. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tried to go right back to the same place, it looked like.
Boy, talk about pressure on the batter and the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Boy, he was swinging for the football concession stand there.
Runners get their leads. They will be going on the crack of the bat. The pitch, outside, and the catcher indifference there. It's not really a stolen base, I wouldn't think. Didn't even make an effort to throw.
But that gets the game-winning run a whole lot closer, doesn't it?
Well, it eliminates. If it's a base hit, you're not going to have a throw. It's going to be the game over. If you have a pass ball, possibly. With Gonzalez's speed, that could be a problem. But he does have a 2-2 count on Pittman. Dobrant from the stretch. Now the runner at first goes, and they're going to let him go to second.
They were trying to get him to throw.
But his run doesn't mean anything anyway, really.
Right. I think they were just trying to tease to see if they could get a throw down to second.
To deke him a little bit, yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners at second and third. 3-3 tie. Dobrant's the pitcher. Pittman the batter. The wind. From the windup now, the pitch. Ball. No, he caught him out.
Wow.
Boy, that was a long delay on that one. So Pittman strikes out. That's strikeout number 7 for Dobrantz. Guess what? We're going to the 12th. We're all tied up at 3.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs from individual returns to corporations and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
I just really appreciate Danny and his whole team. I always feel like I'm going to get great service and the right outcome.
You just don't find any better people.
He's always been very good.
We've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
You can check out WGNSSports.com for the latest prep and MTSU sports news, schedules, podcasts, and more. That's WGNSSports.com. Going to the 12th, and I believe our boy Curry's still out there.
He is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would begin his 5th full inning.
Oh, back to you.
Thanks. Well, it will be Andrew Munson, to lead it off. I think they go by both, but his sister told us a few years ago. First pitch from Curry is low and outside.
Grandmother says Munson.
I think that's right.
But the rest of the family says Munson.
Mm-hmm. Pitch low and outside for ball 2. Well, what Grandma says goes, I would think.
Well.
When you're around Grandma.
She doesn't live here, I don't think. So then,
this one way outside too.
I just was shocked because for 4 years we've been calling her Munson.
Yeah.
So we'll keep doing. We'll keep calling her Munson.
That's like Jordan and Jordan.
Yeah.
Here's a 3-0. He's going to take this one. It's in for a strike. So Munson, LeBon, and Beveridge due up here. Here's a hot shot to second. And it's Messer, the throw to first. Goodhart for out number 1 here in the 12th.
These two guys have been spectacular in relief.
It is the top of the 12th inning. Tied at 3. Blackman tied it with 2 outs in the 7th. 4 hits in a row. Austin LeBon, swing and a miss. Went at the first pitch. Comes up empty. He's singled. He's reached on a walk. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 for 4 with a walk. And this is going to be deep in the hole to Messer and bobbled it. Now the throw high over to first, and he's going to reach safely. No, it goes over the fence. He threw it out of the over the fence there, so it's going to be to second base for him.
I think a single and an E4 on the throw. And I'm going to say LeBon got down there in a hurry, and he's a big guy. So the go-ahead run down at second base now.
Well, let's make sure that it's Mr. Beveridge here.
I believe it is.
And it is Adam Beveridge. There are 2. There's an Adam and an Andy. This is Adam, at least on the roster. Fouled at the plate. So Beveridge is 0 for 2. His last time up, he was in a sacrifice situation. But it does not look like he is trying to bunt here, at least after the first pitch. Curry checks the runner, and the pitch on the way. Way inside. Eagleville has gotten a couple of runs, so they're now up 8-6, top of the 7th. Last chance for Moore County. Well, that's been a heck of a game to keep up with. The pitch swung on, chopped, foul down the third base side.
Well, I'm looking at game day. This is interesting. The Phillies, and I looked at it, it was 3-3. That now it is, but it went back to 3 for a second. So I'm not sure. I think it may have been a controversial home run. Phillies.
Yep, Phillies up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Beveridge. Outside. Evens it up at 2 apiece. This is pitch number 79 for Curry coming up. Just fouled this one at the plate. So we'll do the 2-2 all over again here. Oakland girls beat Rockvale in softball tonight, 10-0. I don't know how many innings, but it couldn't have been a complete game because we've had that final for 2 hours now. Well, it seems like 4. It's 2 at least. And the Eagleville game is in the top of the 7th, and it started at 7. Well, the 2-2 from Curry after he checks the runner. It's on the way. And another foul down the third base side. So he's definitely coming up hacking. Max Wilcox is on deck here. 1 away here in the Blackman 12th, top of the 12th inning. Three checks of the runner. Now the pitch swung on, line, foul. Boy, he sent that one for quite a ride.
It's a little bit of a battle here, too.
Yep. The umpire needs more baseballs. Somebody may need to run to Costco to pick up a few.
They have baseballs at Costco?
They've got everything at Costco, don't they?
I know they got golf balls.
Well. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Line foul again. That's like 14 fouls in a row, foul offs. Not really, but it feels like it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Foul this one at the plate right into the catcher's mitt. So strikeout number 5 for Mr. Curry, and there are 2 away now. And it's going to be up to Max Wilcox if Blackman is to do anything here in the 12th. They do have a runner in scoring position. That would be the go-ahead run here in the top of the 12th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled down the third base side. That's been a favored spot for Beveridge and now Wilcox, it looks like. So the count, 0-1. The pitch outside. Really, really good stop right there from Waldrop. If that gets by, that could advance LeBond to third, but it didn't. 1-1 to Max Wilcox, looking for his first hit of the game. Swing and a miss. Little change up there.
And we're at the point where it's been so long, we're not expecting anybody to get a hit.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Max Wilcox looking at a 1-2 pitch. And a strike 3 called on the outside corner. 6 strikeouts, and Curry gets out of the mess here. No runs. There was 1 hit. There was an error, and there was 1 left. We move along. Bottom of the 12th inning, tied at 3-3. Riverdale Blackman on State Farm Prep Sports.
Parks Auction. we handle everything.
You have a staff that comes to your home. They tell you what to do. They walk you through it. It's been my experience that what I thought I should get from my home, I got much more for it.
Visit our website at parksauction.com.
Hi there, do I have a
Parks Auction, 896-4600. Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated, Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, Dobrats back out for the Blackman Blaze. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th inning. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. It's just laughable now. In fact, one of the umpires in the Stewart's Creek Laverne game listened all the way down here and is now in the press box. He told me that Stewart's Creek won that game over Laverne 12-1. That's a District 7 4A game there. And Central Magnet tonight beat Franklin County 6-5. And we're still rolling along here.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Bryce Messer.
It's the bottom of the 12th. Let me update our game status here. And after this, I don't have anywhere to go on Coach T to update the score past 12. So you just have to go with it. We'll see what happens. Messer to lead it off. It's the top of the order for Riverdale facing Dobrats. In a tie game, 3-3. The first pitch swung on, fouled back. The Eagleville Moore County game on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard is now 8-7, 2 out, and Moore County has runners at the corners. The 0-1 outside. This next pitch will be Dobrats' 84th. He comes set, and now the pitch on the way. A little high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Bryce looking for his first hit of the night. Watches this one low. He walked and scored the first run of the game in the first. Since then, he's been 0 for 4. Ground out to short, a fly to right, and 2 strikeouts, along with that walk. And the pitch on the way, the 3-1 is high, and it's a leadoff walk for Bryce Messer. That is the second walk.
Now batting first base number 10, Liam Goodhart.
Honestly, it's really the first walk. There was an intentional walk. So the first true walk given up, but it's got to be 2. So the leadoff walk by Messer brings Liam Goodhart out, and a little strategy going on as Beveridge went out to talk to Dobrats. They've got the tomahawk chop going, trying to get this crowd into it here. Bottom of the 12th inning. It was Blackman plating 2 runs in the 7th to tie the game. And that's where we've been deadlocked here. Throw over, and Bryce, it went out of the field of play again. It's happened twice in this game. So Messer to second. So you got the winning run at second now.
He won, I think, wasn't it, on the throw?
Yes. I think that's their second error, if I'm right. Well, and Messer got to second, and They still haven't thrown the first pitch to Goodhart. They're going to intentionally walk him too.
Well, it paid off for him once. They're trying it again.
Now batting.
So it's
Catcher foul,
back-to-back
Gunnar
walks. And it's going to be up to Gunnar Waldrop here now. He does have a hit in this game. He's 1 for 4 with a single, and he walked as well. And now Dobrat steps off to look Messer back. Back on the hump here for Mr. Dobratz. Eagleville game just went final, by the way. Now the umpire is saying, let me call the game. Some folks were saying that was a balk.
Eagleville win?
They did, 8-7. They had a 5-run lead, and Moore County made it close. And now they're going to just throw down to second. I thought that was headed into the outfield for sure.
Well, if he'd have thrown it any harder, it would have been. It would have been, but
yeah, it was just a lob. Everything is amplified in this one for sure. Well, you know, Murph could have gone to Eagleville and come back.
Yeah.
Showing bunt, and it's a good one. Hit to the left side, and everybody's going to be safe. Nowhere to throw. Dobratz had to come off the mound, and it was a perfectly placed bunt. So a bunt single following back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded.
Well, now you're really in a jam. I mean,
yes.
If you're Dobratz, what do you do? And what they'll try to do is go home on any ground ball. The infield will come in. In fact, look where they're at. They're on the edge of the turf and edge of the grass.
A lot of strategy going on here.
And they've got George up, who's hit
Running
the ball
first
well.
base, number 18, Elliott Getz. Now batting shortstop, number 3, Noah George.
Noah George is 2 for 5 today. He scored a run. Had hits in the 3rd and the 5th, and a hit here in the 12th. Would likely give Riverdale a victory. Bases loaded, full of Warriors.
You got a pass ball situation, a wild pitch, a flat sacrifice fly, get in a run, a hard ground ball, and if this hit in the ground, the infielders are going home. There's no doubt about that. And you got to throw strikes. You can't walk them either.
Nope, no place to put Noah George, and Dobrat's pitch on the way. Swung on line, foul down the first base side by about a foot. 0-1. Well, the Riverdale dugout is fired up over there. Well, a little concerning look on the Blackman dugout. Nobody out, bases loaded. Bottom of the 12th. And the 0-1 pitch to George. Here it is. Low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I like the fact, if you're Riverdale fans, you got to like George taking a swing at that first pitch, knowing that he's going to try to throw strikes to you. I don't think he's up there for a walk.
Here's the 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Had a big cut and got that one by him, did Dobratz.
And that's what Dobratz needs to really do. That would be a big help if he can get a strikeout.
He won that pitch, and it's 1-2 to Mr. George. Jesus Gonzalez would be next. A huge deep breath by Dobratz. And now the pitch on the way. Swing, and right through the gap. Hit past the shortstop, run scores, and it's a walk-off 4-3 win for the Riverdale Warriors in 12 innings. 4-3, your final score. What a humdinger of a game we just witnessed here tonight. Let's go right into our Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show here. And remind you that our friends at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, they service all major brands, and in most cases, They offer same-day service. Rely on the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air to keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, 890-1311, PrenticeAllsup.com online. 4-3 your final score here. And stats are going to be really interesting tonight. We'll get to that, but let's talk about first our Dr. Automotive players of the game. And John, I know you and I have kind of been going back and forth here.
Well,
thoughts on Riverdale?
I would love to give it to Noah George because he got for Riverdale because he got the single and RBI, and I've got to go with him. I've got to go with two really because Curry was fantastic.
Yes,
I mean he threw 87 pitches tonight in relief and kept them at bay and faced some adversity and but came out and held them scoreless. So I'm going to give it to those two. For Blackman, I'm going to say the same thing, but this time I'm going to hand it to Spencer Dobratz, who the losing pitcher, unfortunately, it's a shame he had to lose it because he threw 91 pitches tonight.
Yes, he did.
And there was an error and some things that happened, and that bunt was beautifully done. Riverdale really executed well in that last inning. So those are my players of the game.
Well, that's your Dr. Automotive players of the game. Dr. Automotive, your local trusted shop for top quality auto repair, specializing in both foreign and domestic vehicles with ASE certified and master mechanics on staff. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer and their entire team, they're fully equipped to handle any and all vehicle repair and maintenance needs. Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, online at autorepairsmyrna.com. Craig's Tax Service, keys to the game. Or if it was the play of the game, it had to be that hit.
Yeah, I mean, but I tell you, the bunt kind of set everything up in that 12th inning. And it was so beautifully placed, and that really created the issue, the problem.
Well, and, it was also created by the leadoff walk.
Right. You can't walk people in extra innings, for
now,
sure.
In intentional walk, you understand that, but leadoff walk, then you've got two on, then that bunt loaded the bases.
Walks will kill you.
Sure will. Proved to be the case tonight. Tax laws, are confusing, so get help with those taxes. Craig's Tax Service can do that. Time's running out on this year. Maybe you're done, but you're thinking, gosh, I don't want to ever do that again. Trust me, I understand. So get smart, expert help with Craig's Tax Service. Personal and business tax preparation, financials, bookkeeping services. They handle it all. 615-890-2233. And if you missed any part of this exciting game, it will be up shortly in the podcast section of WGNSSports.com. And look for the Prep Podcast there, the Sir Pizza Podcast button. You can listen, watch, or download. And check the archives for past games, too. And get your favorite pizza online, sirpizzatn.com. Carry out or delivery. And better yet, download their app to start getting rewards points. Find Sir Pizza on East Main, on South Church Street, and on Memorial Boulevard. Time for some final stats here in this game. And, John, we had a few hitting stars. Pitching was great in tonight's game. What are some of the highlights?
Noah George had a great game tonight, 3 for 6. Drove in the winning run, of course. I'm going to give Gunnar Waldrop some credit here for that. He had a hit and a walk, but he also had a great bunt in that 12th inning. Actually, he had 2 hits. Gonzalez was 2 for 5 and a couple of RBIs. He was big early. For Blackman, we had Jacob Addison with a double and a single and a couple of RBIs. And Mitchell Cunningham had a walk, 2 singles, and he got that big 7th inning going for Blackman.
There you go. Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, as well as our friends at Winners Trophies, bringing you the final stat look here tonight. And it's been a week. We've gotten a couple of games in. Does not look like the weather is going to cooperate with us the rest of the week and with Middle Tennessee. So be sure to check WGNSSports.com, and the on-air schedule is right there at the top. We'll get some games rolling for you next week. But it's late. Time to get out of the house here tonight. I want to thank Jackson Smith back at the station, as always. David Limbaugh for the hospitality. And had a great fun night here at the ballpark at the reservation. For John Dinkins, Brian Barrett saying so long until the next time we meet at the game.
Rutherford County's biggest sports events are on News Radio WGNS, FM 101.9, FM 100.5. AM 1450, streaming at WGNSSports.com on our iPhone and Android apps,